Have you checked the children? Your little mad sometimes.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Sometimes that is better.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil Laird.
I'm Robert Duell.
And Jaime and Fuego here.
And we are here to do another patron-requested review. This one was requested by Seth T. Miller, who is now making me watch a movie that I had never seen before that I am really glad that I finally went back and watched. This is one of those examples of the Patreon requests that I have never seen, but I am so glad after I watch it that it was requested. I had never seen this movie before, From Beyond. I always liked Reanimator okay. It's another, movie starring our main character, Jeff Combs,
Yeah,
as
and
well
also
as being
another
a Stuart
Lovecraft
Gordon
and Stuart
movie,
Gordon,
right?
yeah.
Yep.
So we're talking about From Beyond, you guys, and this movie,
Crampton, too.
my overall thoughts on this movie are it blew me away. I loved this, and I am pissed at my younger self for never grabbing that stupid Blu or VHS or DVD case, whichever it might have been the case, because for whatever reason I just avoided it, and I'm pissed at myself that I did, because this is one of the best creature movies that exists from the time. It's one of the best effects movies that exists from the time.
Yeah.
And Jeffrey Combs knocked it out of the park as the actor. I loved this movie. This and My Bloody Valentine, the original, are my two most wonderful finds through our Patreon requests.
Oh, yeah.
I love this movie.
Request us more, guys.
Yes,
Robert?
yes. As a Lovecraft fan, how could I not like this movie? Like, Jeffrey Combs, again, he loves his Lovecraft movies and everything, from this, Castle Freak, Reanimator, a bunch of other crap.
No, he's into it.
Oh yeah, he's in it. He is awesome. Yeah. So From Beyond, great, like his cosmic body horror and everything. Like you have these weird eel things floating around.
You can only see if you're
Yeah.
exposed to a certain frequency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this movie was cool, and I'm again like Cecil. I'm pissed that I didn't watch this sooner. Like,
Oh, was this a first watch for you?
this
too?
was a first watch.
I'm
for
the only
me.
one who had seen this
Yeah,
before. Then. Crazy.
and this is actually, I think, one story I don't think I've read from Lovecraft. So I'm disappointed in myself on that.
Well, I'd seen this before, and yet it had been a long time since I'd last watched it, at least 10 years, if not longer, and it was even better than I remembered. I was actually maybe moderately underwhelmed the first time, because maybe I wasn't as into the whole cosmic craziness. I hadn't really explored that yet. I wasn't reading Stephen King yet. I was maybe 22, 23 when I first got into this. Hadn't really read much Lovecraft at all either. And I mean, anytime you pair Stuart Gordon, Brian Usna as the producer, Jeffrey Combs acting, and plus great supporting. I forgot Ken Foray was in this movie.
Yeah.
Totally had
Ken
forgotten about
Foray
him
and
in
his
it.
filled out tidy whities.
Yeah, I was about to say smuggling the banana, you know.
Yeah, crazy.
But and also Barbara Crampton at the height of
Oh,
her
babe.
beauty, although she still looks great at her age. And I don't think I'd seen the uncut version though. I'd seen just whatever DVD version was floating around previously, and you lent me the uncut version. I can't remember what may have been added or omitted or whatever, but it was even goopier and grosser than I recalled. And
Proby fingers.
yes,
Yeah.
boy. Yeah, simple story in a lot of ways, but still like some of the best practical, not just of the 80s, but that I've ever seen, period, as far as creature design goes. So this movie
100%.
This movie rocks. The fact that I don't own it as a travesty, and that's going to be rectified with
Same.
quickness.
It's
Same.
one of the few movies that I've bought on Blu-ray sight unseen without having ever seen the movie. Videodrome was another one. I bought the Criterion without having seen it. I am much happier with my From Beyond purchase than I am my Videodrome purchase. Videodrome is good, but this was just so much more up my alley. I absolutely love this.
I could definitely see that.
So who wants to tackle the story? Fuego?
Yeah, I can tackle the story.
Go ahead.
So we had Jeffrey Combs, who is essentially the assistant to this gentleman, who he's kind of a kinked out weirdo, but he's also a very brilliant scientist, and he is basically kind of tapped into a certain frequency range that, when exposed to it, allows you to see the stuff that is apparently dwelling just beside us, but in an overlapping alternate dimension sort of sense, which is really dope. And yeah, stuff does not go very well for that sadomasochist or whatever at the very
gets
beginning.
it.
Shit hits the fan real quick.
Yeah.
Doesn't it though? But and then in turn, as often happens in these cases, Combs is blamed for the murder. He is taken in. They think he's insane, and yet Barbara Crampton comes to the rescue because she's like, "I want to study him." And that woman who was at the facility was such a bitch to her,
Oh, I
which
know.
I thought was really,
I
really
know.
amusing. And even Catherine was like, "Man, women just hate each other, don't they?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, in certain situations, they really, really do." But with the backup of Ken Foray, Barbara goes back to that house with Jeff Combs, and she wants to try to recreate the experiment to see if there's any possibility of getting just perspective about what actually transpired, and maybe even find this man innocent. And so, yes, it turns into them trying to recreate, and it obviously that's sort of obsession building within her character. And Combs warns her, but she just becomes just glamored, and that just fascinated and obsessed. That and then stuff just goes from there, and we get cosmic creatures and craziness. So that's about all that you need to know, guys.
And it's hyperextended brain glands.
Yeah, that.
too.
Yeah, like
No,
I really like. I really like the makeup design and everything for Combs. Like towards the end, like when he starts his evolution, basically. But that dick in the forehead.
Yeah,
thing,
it's really weird.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
It's very phallic.
That
that's for sure.
I couldn't. That was the only thing I think I could not take seriously.
I
No,
just
but
kept-
the eels and then the doctor's creature
That
look
was
really
amazing.
cool.
Man,
the
that-
low head.
Yes.
You
Well,
know?
his slow transformation too. Each time that we kept seeing him back, being brought back by the resonator and everything, like he was just more and more grotesque and body morphed. It was cool.
Yeah.
You got
And the-
grosser
and-
and grosser.
Yeah, and the rules though too for the resonator, basically you can't move inside of the field.
Right. Otherwise, they'll notice you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they'll attack you and eat you.
Yes, exactly.
Which I loved. Again, that's such a cool idea. The fact that we're constantly surrounded by things that would eat us had they the ability to take notice of
Yep.
us. That's really awesome. So again, the underlying idea really scared me. The story scared me. The effects were really cool. They're kind of silly at this point, but they're not society level silly. They're still scary thing level silly, in my opinion.
And that's because I think the storytelling was stronger here, and it was a little more of the serious variety in comparison with Society. Was very tongue in cheek, in my opinion, in comparison with the tone of this one.
Yeah.
So.
But I loved it. I absolutely loved it. The acting, Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton specifically killed it. They were great. Even the doctor, the evil doctor, was great with his role as well.
He played a very kinky, sleazy piece of shit very well. Like,
Indeed.
Yeah, and Foray brought
Oh,
some
yeah.
fun
Yeah.
and stuff
Yep.
like that, and even the bitch lady.
yeah, the
back at
bitchy nurse who
facility,
got
right?
hers.
That she did.
So, guys, if you haven't seen From Beyond, this is a very worthwhile movie. We have to touch on the effects,
Obviously.
which are goopy and practical and amazing. There is some computer effects,
Enhancement.
computer enhancement. I mean, it's practical effects
That's
that
all
they
they
have
could
to
do back
use as computer generated effects because it's eels swimming in the air.
And yet they
right?
didn't look that bad.
No, they
No,
didn't.
they
It looked
didn't.
it looked like the dream demons from Freddy's Dead.
Okay. Yeah.
So but that was 20 almost 20 years apart. So that tells you how far along the Cronenberg movie was.
Yeah.
But not only that, but again, the doctor with his rearranged body and head that was low, that they had to basically shoot the dude in the prosthetics surrounding him like he was low and just cut off what's below the neck to make it feel like he's a free-floating head as attached to the body. It took such creative shooting. It took such creative, effect making
Yeah.
to
Well,
pull it off.
the
It was just
flies.
amazing. Yeah.
The fly scene and everything, like that was nasty. I
Well-
dug the hell out of that.
Well, and also the fact that primarily the film is at just 2 locations. So, I mean,
Yep.
they can just put that money up from the rest of the budget to the effects making. I didn't really mind the third eye sort of craziness.
Yeah.
I mean, I just kept
It
thinking
got
of the...
silly towards the end. to
It
me.
did, but I just kept thinking of the Tool song "Prying Open My."
Oh.
Yeah,
The
it was
fact that it's so
psychedelic in that
easily
regard.
snipped, you
Yeah,
know,
it's
like,
just-
that doesn't seem smart, but
Yeah. Oh, well.
but nonetheless, I mean, overall, outside of a couple little logical grievances, the movie is super fun. The acting is great. The effects are great.
Damn good.
There's just I can't speak more positively about this movie.
If
I
you like
love
Jeff Combs, watch this
absolutely
movie.
watch
Anything
this
Jeff
movie.
Combs.
Anything. Like even the
He goes for it,
Reanimator
yeah.
spin-offs crap and everything.
He was
did.
great
He
in
was still
Castle
good.
Freak.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Right,
crazy.
and
It's fantastic.
well, beyond Reanimator.
Yeah, yeah.
I need to
don't know about that
rewatch.
one.
I need to rewatch that series.
No.
Honestly,
Even the third one and everything was still pretty good.
That was Beyond, right? Because
Ye-
there was the
yeah.
original, there was Bride, and there was
Yeah,
Beyond.
yeah. Reanimator Bride, and then Beyond. There was actually supposed to be a fourth one.
I remember hearing about that.
About basically the president dies, he's brought back out of prison to reanimate the president and everything like that. And, oh yeah, I was on board.
you don't want to have that movie now, not with this president.
President forever.
So that's gonna do it, you guys,
Gonna
for
be
our
huge.
review of From Beyond. Thank you very much to our patron for requesting this. What did I say, Seth T. Miller for this
Yes.
one?
T. Miller,
So,
gracias,
yeah,
Seth.
thank you
doing it.
guys
Yo.
very much. Thank you to Seth for requesting this. I'm very glad. I had never seen it, and I'm super pleased that you requested this. So
You did
thank you
good,
guys
Seth.
very much for watching. Let us know what your thoughts are in those comments down below, and if you want to become a patron, the link to that is in the description box, where you can select movies like this for us to review that we hadn't seen before, at least 2/3 of us in this case. So until next time, I've been Cecil Laird,
I've been Robert Duell.
And gracias, Jaime and Fuego here.
and remember, stay scared.